April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh yeah, we were doing this one. It's been a while, so I kind of forgotten everything, which is not good. I wasn't feeling it in the past couple of days, and also I've been playing something else especially like on stream as well. It was like the start of another series. But anyway, court will now reconvene. Now, Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed this crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Her eyes are so creepy, though. Hmm? What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Does he? Oh man, those butterflies are going ham. Look at them jiggle. I can't believe he actually said that. Payne. Oh, and now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Oh, don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. Oh, it was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I am a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it is an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Oh, the honor is all mine. Oh, no, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshakes brings all the boys to the yard. What? What reference is that? Also, that phrase is apparently more than I expected. Sir, this is something I can help you with. Oh, you just go on and say whatever's on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Pheonix wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Oh, yes, I can see why you would say that. He's going to be a tough witness, alright. It only took 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little face. I think it took less than that. Not gonna lie. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed and on the day of the incident, if you please. Okay. What is she gonna say? Did you see Pheonix? I have been planning to go back to Pheonix's place after class was over. Pheonix and Doogie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Doogie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Then they push him? That's when Pheonix noticed I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. What? I don't know what to say. According to you, Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. But young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how the hot flames of young passion can burn. Also, I'm pretty sure we have Pheonix's testimony. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I know that's not the one I was expecting. So what was this again? Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident is the district courthouse cafeteria said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Is she still 19? No, she's 20 now. Okay, that's a much better age difference compared to what we had in the other game. Woo! that was a rough case. I bet like I'm saying that, but I still enjoyed Big Top. It was like a funny one. As old as I am, even I recall how to flame. Nevertheless, it is my duty to uncover the truth. So please tell us the truth. But I could never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Teehee. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Wait. Did you see her in this case? Because Mia has been saying that she did her first case, which was a disaster apparently, almost a year ago, right? Was it then the one 8 months ago? Yes, we have met before. Once.
Well, in any case, Miss Fay, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madame Fay. Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Madame Fay is my aunt, not me. I had been planning to go back to Pheonix Place after class was over. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. I was in the art department? I thought I was in the law department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I am in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful! It's a humorous and satirical style of haiku. Haiku, right?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches his age, sleep is his best friend. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't work in English. Normally, I think it's like, was it 375 or was it like 575? That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through the back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always have to walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
Now, instant transmission, they call it nowadays. I'd be like Son Goku, you know?
Feeny and Doogie, they were talking about the building. So, who is this Doogie? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So, what were Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
Oh, that's right, Miss Fay. Don't drag the winner down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here? So she knows how Wright feels every time.
Please go on. What did you see next?
Then suddenly, Doogie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that correct? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Doogie. Oppressive for no good reason. I just know the judge will get angry with me. What should I do? Show contradiction. Feeble lies are not very welcome, Miss Thorn. So let's just drop them, shall we? What? I could never.
Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaging in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting. Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm prints was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There is no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will, if you don't mind. I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. What are you gonna say this time? I didn't see the moment he pushed Doogie. It didn't look like they were fighting and I didn't hear anything. Oh, I can, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them at all closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, okay. I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Everyone here calls me Your Honor.
Can we do it here? You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Doogie fell to the ground.
And at the time, there were only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Pheonix Wright, and the victim, Doe Swallow.
Yes, that's right. I didn't hear anything unusual either. Well, there was a loud sound when that happened. You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that is why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me. Well, that's nice, but I find that just a little bit odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Pheonix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? You were really that close to the two of them. Why didn't you hear this noise as well? It's the first time she has some life in her eyes. That's kind of weird.
Maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
Oh!
May I have a moment to answer?
Oh, by all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there aren't any contradictions in the testimony after all.
Yes, there were, like, 2 already. Wait a second, Mia, the testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness testimony.
Oh, well, what do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, Your Honor.
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of the electricity in the atmosphere. Am I correct?
Well, now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Oh! I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
What kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? How silent is nice at night, I think. How empty his brain is most of the time. This entire case is built on the premise that though Mr. Doe Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Ah, that's a good way of going at it.
Oh, it appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
Alright, it is Mia. I've been thinking that...
I've heard that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
Huh? I have none at all, actually.
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? What is affidavit? What is this affidavit? Affidavit?
What is that word? Let me... Time to look up again. Because I am... stupid a lot of time. Affidavit. Okay. A written declaration made under oath before a notary public or other authorized officer. Ah, okay. Signed document where an affiant makes a sworn statement. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I may forget that. I will for sure forget that again. My brain is not good with like new words. I would have to read it like 10 times in like a day for me to remember that. Affidavit. Okay, well...
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day Allow me to read out the code, the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was the blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because?
Precisely, they lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump could cause them to break.
Oh, 2:50. That's not 3 p.m. That's 2:55.
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't like how this is looking one bit. Ooh. Well, I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Oh? Well then, let's hear it then. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
Still funny, that one. Was it the honor? This is it. This is where the cable snapped.
Well, Your Honor. Oh, no. I believe that the only thing that has snapped in the mind is the mind of the defense. And that is one of your best lines yet, Your Honor.
That was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance.
Well, who was it?
Who or what, right? Okay, it was, has that been Pheonix, I guess, right? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Yes. The prosecution also came to that same conclusion, and it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense, and then the victim was electrocuted.
No. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by a severed cable in the foreground here.
Oh!
In other words, someone other than McLean must have electrocuted the victim.
Order in the court.
The lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed for to hear them.
It's true. The defense is absolutely true. Oh, correct.
What was it? Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What?
What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge. I love her eyes, though. What is going on with them? Why do they look like that? They're very cool, though. I like it.
Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your next testimony. A new testimony.
Also, I just noticed... Is it? Has the judge's eyes always been without a light? This is it. Because like everyone else normally has like their eye, right? Like the iris, the pupil, and then like a white spot on like next to the pupil. The judge doesn't have that. This is it. It's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Pheonix pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole, and that's when the cable broke. And when Doogie tried his best to run away from him, but Pheonix caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Doogie being electrocuted all occurred in less than a minute. That's like very different to what you were saying before. Why all of a sudden like such a testimony? Like in the beginning she said like, oh, Pheonix did nothing. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Pheonix crushed into him twice. Once into the pole, and then afterwards into the cable. And it's like, what made you decide to like change your testimony like this much? Is it because she's scared? Is she scared of the truth coming out?
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm sorry, Pheonix, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are.
So lying is the right thing? I don't know.
Well then, Miss Faye, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Oh, that was an examination. Okay, I didn't even notice that. Pheonix pushed him twice. But it's only like... I don't have the... On 4-9. And 4-9 is today, right? Yeah. Oh. The day before? Let's start. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Doogie. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Pheonix. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge.
Oh, yes?
Would you please forgive little old me?
Hey, of course he won't. What you did is cold play. Oh, come on now. It was just a little old white line. Well, forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all. Ho, 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 ho.
Ah, the judge had better be more careful himself. The dog alley is friendlier than that girl. True. Press the claim, beware, Your Honor. What the? Why is that one? Oh, some of the achievements are so weird. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look it, but Pheonix can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that it would cause an electrical cable to break. Pheonix really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Pheonix? Like Pheonix? On top of that, like, in love Pheonix? That's the biggest pushover in the entire franchise. With maybe like contested with Larry Butts. They're both so similar when they're both in love. Which is kind of funny. Then Doogie tried to run away from him. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold?
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all.
Well, that's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that?
But Pheonix caught up and crashed into him from behind. What, that doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also handprints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no, they weren't.
Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that they crashed into him from behind, right? Mr. Feeney, my Feeney wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? The cable snapping and Doogie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. No, it didn't. Pretty sure it didn't. Pretty sure, like, it occurred 5 minutes after it. Let me see what she has to say first. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable. Yes, indeed. Though I would have been a very horrifying sight for anyone to behold.
I don't figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in the testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. Think. Well, I know where. I think it's this one. Is it this thing? It is. Perfect. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. Oh, that's also one you could have. I think you could have shown all three of them, right? Wait, what is this? Is it horizontal? No. Eh? It's not on the dot, right? Oh, okay. I have no idea. It's one. If the bottom is 1 p.m., right? And the one on the right is like 3, then the top is like 6, and on the right is 9, right? So that's like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes past 1 p.m. Well, past 3 p.m. Rather. I was thinking like 3:13, but no. Like 15. Yeah, that's 15 o'clock. But this is like 15:05 or something like that. It's the wristband. Oh, thank you. Now you're putting it the correct direction. Thank you. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. or 13:05. 15:05 rather.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it that the lab suffered the power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55.
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during that interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doe Swallow.
Order in the court. What is the meaning of this? Is nonsense. The real murderer? Why am I being German all of a sudden? I was a nerd.
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Oh, then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
Who else? But there is only one person who could have actually murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Faye, in the defense ready to indicate someone as this real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
Very well then. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is this real killer?
It's obviously Winston Payne. Why does he look like a monkey? Why is his mouth like that? But anyway, obviously it's... Could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How could you?
The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Also, I'm surprised how, like... You have, like, the whole box for, like, the text box, right? We're only using, like, a third of it. Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the man dearest to you. Yeah.
Order, order. Miss Faye, what I mean is, why?
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your own very own hands. Ah. How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, this is a very serious chance. You are...
Oh, it's... I was like, that's a very familiar... Hold it. Your Honor! Please, I have something I want to say.
Achoo! No, you! What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the... Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back to your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Ow! Leave my Dolly alone. Shoo!
That boy. Oh, it's him.
Oh, that boy. Oh, he's got himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
Oh, it seems to have arrived just at the nick of time. I found a police report of that incident in your newspaper clippings.
Police report added to the court record. And brought on the incident 8 months ago. Thank you so much. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Can I read it now? I can. Or there's multiple pages. Incident overview. Location district courtroom, courthouse, cafeteria. Date time August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation lawyer. Suspect Dahlia Hawthorne. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Ooh, she poisoned him as well. Oh gosh.
You better take a good look at it.
I already did it.
It details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Armando was her boyfriend? Oh, I didn't know. I never heard about this Armando guy before.
Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Miss Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, that is it. May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead.
Madame Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Doogie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Duke Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Pheonix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, but please go ahead.
How can you say that? I am absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. That is all just too much for a poor little me to bear.
Oh, I believe the girl is trying to walk out to us. What on earth her motive would be?
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, on the same day, the two of them accidentally meet. This is the poison. She poisoned that guy and then gave it away. That's why she's been trying to get it, so that she could, like, finally get rid of the evidence. Same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, that event requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Pheonix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she had no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Oh, very well then. The court will grant the defense request. Young lady, could you mind staying on just for a little bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. I met my Pheonix. Oh. When I first met my darling Pheonix 8 months ago, it's like we were destined to meet in the very courthouse basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
It's a lovey-dovey with literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
Ah, as we used to say in the good old days of my youth, go get her, champ.
How I am at my feet. The way the eye, like, was still... I was, like, looking through the sea. That was kind of cool. Time to save and time to go. Can I also delete files? No, I cannot. Let's go. So until the time you had been dating Doe Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know, letting my emotions change so quickly. I am ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho.
Maybe you should look at for a different line of work then.
Well, despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse basement reading room. The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Pheonix was. Pheonix was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in the courthouse reading room?
That line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case,
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. I think we can't keep pressing. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well then. Young leader, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern scenario poetry and the criminal underworld.
What? Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. Very unrelated, but so.
Am I getting old? Now I've forgotten what I've forgotten. Oh, now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff.
Mia, why did this girl really come to the courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through all the trouble to get it, my dear. So be sure to...
Yeah, I get it. And then you don't need to shove it into my head that like this is the place that you need to present stuff at. I wanted to see what else she has to say. So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Pheonix is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen.
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. So, if you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked. You're saying the truth. It was truly shocking.
Beautiful mushroom, growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. That's the poem that describes how I feel about my Pheonix. You just... What? Are you calling him a mushroom that came out of cow dung? That doesn't feel like a compliment at all. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, not at all. We parted on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh? Are you sure?
Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way.
That the victim wanted to break up with her. I wonder why. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see...
What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. But by the way, I've never once considered leaving my wife. No one cared, Mr. Payne.
She didn't deny, that must mean. Those all must have seen through her little act. They must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature.
Oh, listen to me, Maya. The woman has a judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony.
I know. It's this thing. Is it this thing, though? That's the question. Yeah, there you go. I think pretty sure it's this one. Miss Thorn, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of this cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy? Oh, do you mean the accident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Phoenix like... What?
Order. This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide some cruel thorns. Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness like that. Without... Vincent Payne will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me, go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Expressed some interest, eh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
Oh, I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Miss Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks.
Not again. I forgot that I hated him speaking.
I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirits or my...
Let's go. Shut up. The poisoning, oh. I met a lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I've heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
So that's what happened 8 months ago. However, you've heard from the witness testimony she had nothing to do with it. Nothing the defense is just about added tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne. But I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them before the end of this cross-examination.
Oh! What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Oh-ho! Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence. Absolutely smashing.
How do you want to get out of here? Let's see. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up when I was younger. Another one? She's a serial murderer? Holy moly. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was about?
That was absolutely nothing to do with this case. Objection sustained. The defense question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you. You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Pheonix, please. This two really make me feel ill. Albeit for decidedly different reason. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if I must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet?
Oh, what are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet, my perfect little Dolly doesn't poop. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time.
Oh, Pheonix, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. That line of questioning is nothing but a waste of court's time. Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue on with your testimony.
It was a liquid poison that was lethal in only 2 teaspoons. But how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drop says it's 1/2 of fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry. All I know is what I've overheard the policeman say. They say something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Mostly impressive.
The first question is, how did the criminal get something like that? So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get poison like that. Wait. No. No, also not. Okay. Like, where could you get poison? Well, this thing. Maybe. I don't know, like nothing yet is coming out. And that's the reason they didn't arrest you, because no one could show you how you could have gotten the poison. I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Faye.
Well, she's right. I don't think we've had enough of Miss Faye's questioning. In essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
Then we all have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now just how did the literature student get a hold of poison of all things? Wait. He's a pharmacology student. He could have made the poison. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
What, my boyfriend? You mean the victim, Joe Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the couple could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You. No!
Order. Could this be? That's nothing but a baseless assumption.
May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? That's right. It's even mentioned in the record. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something like that. Excuse me, madame, but this is a court of law. You're saying I threw the poison container away. I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? Ah, she got me good with that.
Provide some evidence or I have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Oh, unless you can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
Police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and of course the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
Going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder. Then where is the container the poison was carried in and what happened to it?
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Oh, who is this person?
Mr. Pheonix Wright, of course.
The defendant was the victim's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? But that's... that's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? Oh, it's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Pheonix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence I would give her away.
What? Are you saying that there's a deadly poison in here? Are you giving this to me?
No, there's no longer any poison in the bottle. However, I'm certain if a crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No!
Order in the court.
On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Oh, why? Because I'm madly in love with her.
Madly in love? I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Oh, well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too? Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point of the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because... Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is a bottle necklace you love to hang around, to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. She keeps trying to take it away from you. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to her. Please give it back now.
Oh, what a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of a crime. And that's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. And that's why she... I don't believe you.
No, that's a lie!
Yeah.
Mia, are you alright? The defendant is getting away. Bailish, hurry, after him. Mia, are you alright?
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, boy, you went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no.
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? Oh, that's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when it slammed into me.
Oh, foolish boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What in the blazes are we supposed to do now? Oh, my stomach.
You know what? That would have been such a better one. That would have been such a better, like, thing to make him, like, hurt. Like, oh, I'm feeling ill. My stomach is, like, rumbling. Oh, I'm feeling ill in my stomach. Why did they bring up the other kind? Why?
This sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. I don't have it anymore. I ate it. You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. What the?
What you doing now?
Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you just swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So would she?
No, there must be some kind of mistake. That bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
There, it's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do, and it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. This is why I can say that your assessment of her is completely wrong. Right enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
May be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed.
Is that right? I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
Oh, well, what is it?
That day, the day I met Doe Solo. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your own sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about her.
Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab.
Poison?
Is she planning on killing it? Was she planning on killing Pheonix? And also, like, Swallow? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could have only been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did you really say that?
That's ridiculous.
There's one more thing after I pushed him that day. I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, that this is the defendant is.
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? You put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there is only one possible conclusion. What? The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the same night, a night before she killed Doe Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye?
If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Maya, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back, and therefore...
Exactly who was that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Pheonix Wright.
Me? That's preposterous! After all, it was the Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was in fact you, Pheonix Wright. There is no one else that it could be.
But how can it be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
One-sided, perhaps. But poor Mr. Wright, this must be killing him. But hang in there, I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace, that's all she cared about.
Oh, but even so, why would she go so far as to murder him? And also like date him for 8 months?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a very long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, that little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
Oh, you mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
Then that can't be true.
Feeny, what a joke you are. Ah, she's showing her true colors finally. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne?
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that, but first, where is your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey old man, are you senile or something? Why didn't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb little look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me? This way, Mr. Judge.
Oh.
With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
Well, we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Can't let her get away this time.
It's a job, Miss Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'll be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No. You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Grey?
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish...
Wait.
Her guilt once and for all.
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible, you can't possibly.
Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I am afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
Understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. Was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Miss Pheonix Wright's beloved cold medicine? Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold too?
But it still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I was eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. And then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, though swallowed, that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room. My client, Mr. Pheonix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Pheonix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized she can't allow those swallowed to do something. I didn't read that. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. Oh. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, though, swallow. That's a tough pill to swallow. Hey! Pretty sure that's like the joke that they were doing with Doe. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking lying. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Well, yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right here. Mia Fey, Mia Fey. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Miss Fey? That is just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again, I'm certain of it. I don't think so. Fey is gonna die. Well, Mia Fey is gonna die in like a couple of years. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Oh, well, yes.
I'm going to go spend some quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. She had the cleanest, like, witness getting caught reaction, I have to say. I don't know what's gonna happen though. I don't know if he ever gets brought back up. Right? Come on, go. There you go. But like, I don't think I've ever heard of Dahlia coming back. What could happen? Especially if this is like the first episode. I feel like she would be coming back in the 4th episode for like a big climactic event, you know? So I'm curious now. I don't think I know anything except for one thing of the next 4 cases. And that one thing being Godot, right? I've seen Godot, I've seen most of his animations. But I do mean like animations, nothing of the text. I don't think I've ever heard him say anything. But whew, it's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support the outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe no one word that this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said you would. Yeah, you.
That's alright, rookie. I would trust this witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
Well, you see, yes.
And here comes the back paddle. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Is he gonna lose his hair there? Oh no.
Ah, it's flying off my beautiful hair! No!
Why did I think? Why did I kind of expect that? Well,
Mr. Payne, about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yeah, he's lost his hair now. It looks almost identical to how it looks like in the very first game.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
Well, he is very fickle in his judgment, this judge.
By the way, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor.
Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well then, Mr. Payne. Oh, this can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. Oh, well, I think this guy's lost. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
Can't be true. My dear Dolly. Shoo! I thought it was gonna be like, the medicine has been like a slow killing thingy, right? Like, Pheonix got a cold, and she was like, oh, this is a chance to slowly but surely, like, kill him without anyone noticing. As he gets, like, sick, but then gets worse and worse and worse and worse, you know? By giving him, like, the medicine.
Very well, then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. This court finds the defendant Pheonix Wright not guilty. I hope to never see you again, Mr. Wright. What do I say? Of course I wouldn't. The court is adjourned.
April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my stomach was going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you think you could maybe stop talking about them?
Oh, that's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think.
Thank you, Mia.
What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the window stand. I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know would never say those kinds of horrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Oh, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Miss Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But... Out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Well... There's Edgy. There's Larry. That's about it, really. Right now, I'm starting to become a lawyer myself. Oh, that's what you keep saying, but I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am, but there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Same as Faye. A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Is that right? I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off, and I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we can see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. If you both were like defense attorneys, no. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought I would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. Also, you've been talking to her through the dead. Or beyond the realm of the dead. Through Maya and Pearly. Like, even though she's gone, she's not really gone. Which is kind of weird to have a character like that. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. Thank you, Mia. 5 long years. Something has happened that made me think back on her words of wisdom. Kind of crazy to think, like, it's been 5 years since this moment. I didn't even think that like, Bright was like 26. But that is a story for another day. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. The end. And a brand new episode has been added. Funny to say that because those episodes are always there. But anyway, like I said, that's gonna be it then for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I hope to see you next time for only part 1 of the investigation. Interesting. I would have expected part 1 or 2. But yep. So then everyone, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye.